And we are back. Raiders franchise. In the last episode, you could argue, we went through the preseason to get to the regular season. In the last official episode, we won the Super Bowl, our first one of the series. I know, it felt great. Quickly want to show off what the roster is looking like heading into season 5. There are some new faces. As you may know, Marco Fernandez. If you didn't watch the streams, by the way, what are you doing? Drafted him with our first round pick 32. He was projected to go, I want to say it was like round 3 to 4, but he was a top 5 talent. And he has hidden dev at 80 overall. Really good. We then elect to pick up Emmett Harrington as well. Really good player. 77 overall as a rookie. We go Khalid Lowell, who is a 73, but he is a receiver turned running back. We also have Isaiah Pickens as our quarterback 3. That's right, Bradley Feldman is here no longer. Yeah, you might notice Ben Galindo, new offensive lineman. Wanya Morris is our new left tackle, as Colton Miller did decide to retire. Looking at the defense, very similar. Not too much has changed. If anything, Hunter Brewer really being the only guy, our backup Mike linebacker. Isaac Ford no longer with us. You might have noticed in receivers, both Monte Lynn and Dante Ford not with us. All three of those guys, Linton, Horton, and Ford, all got traded this offseason. Max Dunn would see an improved role. Emmanuel Forbes is back after not making the team last year. Balled out in the preseason with, I want to say it was either 2 or 3 interceptions. And then, yeah, really good team. I really feel comfortable. We do have a new long snapper. It is Max Highsmith, who is going to be out for only this game. So, Najee Denard is going to be filling in for just this week. Hopefully, kicking isn't too much of an issue. But with all that said and done, we are going to be playing the Chiefs on Thursday Night Football. This should be a very fun matchup between two division teams. Chiefs obviously didn't have the year they were probably hoping for last year. Meanwhile, us were looking to repeat. Did not lose a single division game last year. Obviously, don't want to lose a single division game this year. Without any more delay, we're going to get right into it. Chiefs are the better overall. Now, the key thing about this game that I think is going to make a difference is going to be if Marco Fernandez is able to fit into this team. We kind of got tired of having this little receiver committee with Besh, Fortin, and Douglas. We're hoping Fernandez is able to become that wide receiver 1. And Jack Besh is going to start us off with 21 yards. I was really hoping it would be Besh, 7 yards for Douglas. Tony on a defense, Jonathan McDonald. 9-yard rush by Genty. We're already moving the football. I was really hoping, one of those could step up, but none of them have yet. And maybe, that's what we need is, that threat of a top-tier receiver, obviously, in Marco Fernandez. Great run there by Genty, which will elevate their game. Fernandez is number 87, so keep your eyes out for him. Ezekiel Alford on the handoff there. Backup running back. We drafted him last year. We elect not to re-sign Jerome Ford. Second and goal, we go back to Genty. He's going to go in pretty much untouched. So we are going to score on our opening drive. And it took us 3.5 minutes. Or 3:45, something like that. They're going to start out with a 7-yard quarterback scramble by Mahomes, followed by 9 yards to Pacheco, and then another 2 for him. And then another 2, bringing up 3rd and 6, and they get a 49-yard touchdown with Pacheco through the air. And we have a tie ball game. First down, 7 yards for Jack Besh. Second down, 11 yards for Genty. That's going to be a first down. 5 yards to Demario Douglas. 5 yards to Bowers. Going to be just short of the first down. 9-yard rush by Genty is going to get rid of all of that doubt, though. 11 yards to Douglas is going to put us in the red zone. First down. You see D'Angelo Favors out there lined up at fullback with Ezekiel Alford as the other back. And it's going to be a play action by Jackson. Going to check it down to Alford, who's going to pick up about a yard. Nice modest gain, nothing special. Going to bring up 2nd and 9 now. Genty is back out there. It is going to be a pass. And that's going to be complete to Bowers, who's going to rumble his way down to the 3-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 1st and goal opportunity. Looks like we're showing run as everyone is in the box. No one out wide. We go hand off to Favors, who's maybe going to get a yard or two. Or not, or two. Half a yard, whatever it may be. 2nd and goal now. We see Genty in the backfield, 2 receivers. It's going to be a play action to Favors, who's going to make a man miss, make another man, bulldoze him. Touchdown, D'Angelo Favors. And we're going to regain the lead. With 28 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter, it is 14-7 Raiders lead. "22 yards to Xavier Worthy is going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. And then an interception by Kyle Hamilton is going to start quarter number 2 with 8 yards to Mario Douglas. We're at the 23-yard line, not quite in the red zone, bit outside of it. And Rashad Jackson slings it down to the 4-yard line. That's the Mario Douglas. That's going to bring up a 1st and goal.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Raider first down.
And Bowers out of bounds at the 2. Would have had a touchdown most definitely if he was able to stay in bounds. Unfortunately for him, not able to.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
As Jackson feels the pressure, tries to get out of there. We're going to be sacked back at the 9-yard line by Hicks. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal now back at the 9-yard line. Jackson looking. Going to look to take off himself. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Rashad Jackson able to run in himself. And that's going to give the Raiders the lead 21-7, assuming the extra point is good, which it is. As we see a return by Silas Neighbors. Juan Medrano, one of the best tight ends this series, goes for 5 yards. If you don't know his name, you should probably learn it. 10 yards to Xavier Worthy, and that's a 1st down. 21 yards to Xavier Worthy. That's another 1st down, another big one. 7 yards to Pacheco through the air. 2-yard rush by Pacheco is going to bring up 3rd and short. And they're not going to get it. 4th and 1. What do? You go for it and you don't get it. We probably should have watched that in slow motion. The audio's glitched. So we're going to go ahead and back out and hop back in. So we get to watch this little 1st down drive. Well, play, not drive. And down goes Jackson. 7-yard loss there. It's going to bring up 2nd and 17. Where we get everything back with Bowers. 3rd and 10 now. Incomplete pass. That might have been his 1st incomplete pass of the game. And there's going to be a penalty. But it does not matter. Looks like we punted it regardless. 3rd and 9 now after 2 plays by Pacheco. 1 positive, 1 negative. And they go 3 and out. And a great punt by Jack Fox. 27 yards to Douglas. 20 yards to Besh. 8 yards to Marco Fernandez. I could be wrong, but I think that's his 1st catch of the game. 10 yards for Genty. That's a 1st down. Puts us right outside the red zone. As we see 3 receivers line up outside on the left. 4 if you count Genty. Jackson with time. Tries to check down to Genty, but risky pass with the D lineman right there. Falls incomplete. If that would have been complete, though, it would have been great. Would have had a bunch to run after the catch for him. As it's going to be an 8-yard pickup by Genty on the ground. We'll bring up 3rd and short. 2 yards to be exact. We see Ezekiel Alford back there. It is going to be a play. And tries to hit it to Bowers, but falls incomplete. And the Raiders are lined up for the field goal. I like this call. Makes it a 17-point game. 3 scores. And the Raiders lead now 24-7. As we're going to go into normal mode, we'll probably exit out of it here soon. We just want to get a bit more of the clock run off. 3rd and 8 now. And sacked by Eddie Kirkland and 4th down. Punted for a touchback. We're going to hop into slow-mo, see the rest of this half play out. Minute 24 and 2 timeouts. Raiders have the ball up 17. Chiefs with 3 timeouts as well, so got to be careful if you're the Raiders not to let the Chiefs get the ball with a lot of time left. Oh, my voice.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
There we go. That was a bit weird. Still a bit scratchy. Marco Fernandez gets a decent pickup. Not going to be enough for a 1st down, though. 3rd and 2, and the Raiders take the timeout. They have confidence.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
And Genty complete to the 34-yard line, 1st down, and he goes out of bounds, which stops the clock and saves that final timeout. That final timeout is going to pretty much be groundbreaking if we get points or not, unless we get a magical chunk play, but I would doubt it. Bowers, don't know if that was intentional, but might have dropped that ball. That was a really smart move if he did. If not, then, good job dropping it, I guess. As we go to Besh, and that brings up 3rd and 4 with only 36 seconds left. Clock is definitely not your friend right now.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
Jackson's pass complete to Brock Bowers. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Why did the clock stop?
Let's go. 70 Lions. Cup 19. Cup 19. 19 Lions. Ready.
We're not out of bounds? Are we for real?
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Las Vegas 1st down.
We draw a flag. It's a Hail Mary, and I will always do this. I'm never, unless it's like clear and obvious, not going to accept that kind of penalty. Wow, Shaw Jackson, we had him wide open, and you missed him.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Come on. Set. 70, 60 Maverick. 6
Not nearly enough, but I ran that play a few times in practice mode. It had varying success. Not quite ever got us to the end zone, but it got us inside the 5 on a consistent basis. But looking at the halftime report, there isn't going to be one because, well, we're the first game. There's not much to really go over. But there we go. Demario Douglas, by the way, having an amazing game. 77 yards in the first half. But he's always done that. I don't know why. He always seems to start out really good for the first 2-3 games, but then after that, just 2 catches for 20 yards, 3 catches for 40 yards. Which, don't get me wrong, 3 for 40 is not a bad stat line. Garrett Bennett for 15 yards. But that's our number 1 receiver. Well, was. He still is. So that's not really this kind of stat line we want to be putting up. What a punt. Pins us at the 1. And sure enough, they predict run. They get the safety. 24-9 now. the Raiders lead. Garrett Bennett goes for 21 yards again. And then 20 yards to Madrano. Wow, they just went down the length of the field. 2 plays, essentially. Chiefs saying this game is not over yet. And the ball's out! Nakobe Dean forces the fumble. Jonathan Culp with the recovery. What a play for us to watch. Genty goes for 15 yards combined there for the 2 plays. 9 there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. 7 yards there, and that's a first down. 10-yard rush by Genty. 4 yards by Alford. We love to see him getting involved. 12 yards to Besh. Going to pick up the first down. Put us not quite in the red zone, but right outside it. We might as well hop in, watch it play out. And a good run there. Ezekiel Alford down to the 8. 1st and goal.
That's another Las Vegas first down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Rashad Jackson with time. Throwing end zone. That's complete to Jack Besh for the touchdown. And with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd, we've dropped 31. Four-yard rush by Pacheco. Sorry, I was looking up something on my phone about. For some reason, my battery is just like hardcore stuck at 81%. Oh my goodness. Juan Madrano for 28 yards. Mike, it's not going above 81%. And as far as I know, this is the first time it's done it. Because that's complete to Madrano.
Mahomes pass. Complete to number 83.
I'll just figure it out after. It's fine. 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
And Madrano, he's not in there.
Brought down just shy of the goal line.
4th and goal from the half-yard line. This is what makes football exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Mahomes throwing wide open. Is that Silas Neighbors? It is. Oh, let's exit out. Well, they might go for 2. I wouldn't. It's 15 points if you don't. They do go for it, and they do get it. Oh, they could have made it 14 points. My math was wrong. Eight-yard rush by Genty. George Karloftis injured on that play. Followed by 6 yards, and then -2. 3rd and down. We get it with Rashad Jackson and his legs. 7 yards to Marco Fernandez. 2-yard rush by Jackson. 7 yards to Brock Bowers. 10 yards for Genty. Any points does it pretty much. 7 yards by Ezekiel Alford. We are going off. 2nd and 3 now at the 17. And Bowers able to get past a man. 1st and goal down to the 8-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. And a Raider first down.
And Rashad Jackson able to get into the end zone on the scramble. And that is most likely... Oh, slow motion. We don't want that. Most likely going to be the dagger. Four and a half to go, down 21, 12 yards from Madrano. Chiefs are going to have to be very fast. 29 yards for Garrett Bennett would definitely do it. 11 for Madrano. They are not giving up. Respect to them. They just walk down the field. Checo in motion. It's complete to Xavier Werby. He's up to the 12-yard line. 2nd and 2 now. Toronto in motion. It's going to be a pass. It's complete to Werby. Kyle Hamilton able to make the tackle, but not before Werby gets to the 9-yard line, which brings up 1st and goal. And Silas Neighbors again wide open for the touchdown. We're probably going to stay in slow motion because if I'm them, you pretty much have to kick the onside kick.
His kick is good. Makes the score Raiders 38, Chiefs 24. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
And it's picked up by, that's Emmett Harrington. He's still going. 1st down to the 43. We're going to stay in slow motion for the rest of this, or at least until. And Genty's able to rush for a decent pickup. Timeout Chiefs, their first.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Ezekiel Alford gets the 1st down, and that's timeout Chiefs. 1st down ends the game pretty much. Unless we happen to get it this exact play. But even then, it ends the game in my eyes because they're going to need to score multiple times. Ezekiel Alford only gets 1.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And there it is. Alford with the 1st down. And that is going to be the dagger.
That's good for a Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ooh, big hit. 3rd and 9.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
Up, 70.
38-24. I don't know how the clock ended there, but I'm not going to complain. 38-24. We used to win our season opener. Really great game by Rashad Jackson. 27 for 36, 271, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 75% completion percentage. He was someone who had a not bad preseason, very mid preseason, very average. Wes Agnew was heavily outperforming him, but thankfully, come, regular season, Rashad Jackson playing very well. Genty goes for 134 and a touchdown, averaging 6 a carry. Ezekiel Alford, in his 8 carries, goes for 53 yards, 6.6 average. Rashad Jackson, 6 for 23 and 2 touchdowns. Receiving, leading the way in yardage is Jack Besh, 7 for 79 and a touchdown. I love how I said Douglas was having a great first half, and he proceeded to not do anything in the second half as he goes 6 for 77. Bauer, 7 for 49. Fernandez, 3 for 23. Genty, 2 for 39. D'Angelo Favors, 1 for 3 and a touchdown. Blocking, Charles Grant allows the only sacks. A really great game by the whole team. Nakobe Dean allowing 10 tackles, or not allowing, getting 10 tackles. Only guy in double digits. 2 tackles for loss for Eddie Kirkland and Max Crosby, with 2 sacks for Kirkland, half sack for Jarris Easley and Jonathan Culp. We had Kyle Hamilton get the interception. We had Nakobe Dean with the forced fumble and Jonathan Culp with the recovery. Kicking was perfect, 5 extra points. Love to see that. Punting, only had to punt 1 time, and it was for 51 yards. Just great game all around. From offense to defense to special teams to coaching. Everyone did their part, and, well, that was the difference maker. I literally don't care about any of these. But we're going to go ahead and advance week. We do play the Chiefs again in week 3, so we are going to be seeing them really soon. Should be very fun. In the next episode, we are probably going to watch this Packers game. Looking at the teams who did get the win, we have the Jets, Dolphins, and Bills all in the AFC East picking up one. The Ravens and Steelers in the North, Texans and Titans in the South, and then we were the only ones to win in the West. So half the AFC undefeated, obviously. Leading the league in rushing yards is Ashton Genty, of course. It wouldn't be the NFL if that wasn't the case. But that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I will see you guys next time where we do play the Packers. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed.